Hi everyone, it's Wendy. Welcome back to the channel. I thought I would come back today and just do some more playing with the one envelope wonders. That was just a name that came to me. I was trying to emphasize the fact that we were just using one envelope. And I've thought of a little bit of a simpler way to do what we achieved last time. So I thought we could just come and I would show you that as well. This does not involve having to draw a line, etc. If you watched that other video. And thank you for those that did. It got a really good response and I really appreciate that. So I have a number of pages. These are documents from Sharon Hirth. I think it's Journalosity shop. And this is one of her kits. And then I've also got some of Rachel's. This is her document kit. This is a document, plain pages, and then her document kit that has the little more decorative pages, which we used last time as well. So I thought we would use those to do our decorating or covering of our envelopes. So I'm going to show you first on one of the smaller envelopes, and then I'll show you what I do with the larger envelope as well. This is a legal size, and this is, I think, I always get it wrong. Is it 6.25? 6.5 by 3, just over 3.5. Okay, so let's get started. So you want to make sure whatever envelope you're using, and you could use a bigger envelope, just make sure that this is sealed down. Whatever you have for a flap on your envelope, make sure that it is sealed down like that. Let's do 2 of these. So I'm just putting some art glitter glue on here. Use whatever glue you have. I like art glitter glue because it dries quickly and it doesn't warp your paper. So all we're going to do this time is we're going to cut the whole side off. And the reason we can do that, and I'm just taking a little bit off this one, you can see how narrow it is. Just a really narrow amount. Sorry, where's my trash? The reason we can do that is where we have the pocket, we're putting paper all the way around it anyway. So that is creating the pocket portion of it. So I'll explain a little bit more in a second. And you probably intuitively figured that out yourself anyway, but why not? Why not do it together? Because quite frankly, I could use a whole bunch of these. So those are the 2 bits I took off. And you would do the same thing with a larger envelope. Glue it down first. So this is essentially what you have, is this. And then what you're going to do, you can take your scissor and cut it there, or you can just do the same thing and just at one of the ends, just cut a little tiny bit off, and that's going to open it up. Doesn't matter which end. And this is a great way to use an envelope that you've already received in the mail that might have a bit of a rip in it, or whatever, because you can cut around that. So now what we have is a terrific base to get started with. So all we have to do is think about where would we want, and you can actually glue these bits that are stick out a little bit more. You can glue those down. So you think about what shape you want this to take in terms of where is the pocket coming to, and how far down are we going to come. So I like to go a little bit, at least halfway up the long portion, and I'm going to go a little bit over that, like that. And they don't have to be the same length. I put these bits that have the ones that aren't glued as tightly on the outside, because we're covering that with paper, and that way if it's not on the inside, then it's not going to get impede anything going into the pocket. And then you can give yourself a little bit of space. You can go ahead and fold it and get an idea of how big that's going to be while still having some space up here. So the next one we might do a little bit, just put my finger in here and get some glue on that. We might make the pocket a little bit less tall. So I'm just straightening out the crease there. So I'm going to just make the pocket a little less tall. Come up not quite to half the full of the length here. And then I'm going to bring that down a little bit lower. And also terrific. So excellent. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to put some of this nice writing on the inside, and that's a little bit longer than I can put in this particular cutter. So I'm just going to cut a little bit off the bottom. So we said it was just a little over 3.5. So I'm going to go like that, and let's see, how is that going to be? Pretty good. I think I can cut a tiny bit off as well. Made it a little bit, just about right on 3.5. And whoops, we'll save this scrap for something else. And so I'm going to just come up, and I don't have to go all the way down the whole length of the pocket. Because there's a bit of a fold there, I might want to just go past that just to give it a little bit more stability. Totally up to you. And then I'm just going to put my glue over. The same sort of process we did last time. And it's a little easier because our paper is going to easily go down into where the pocket is going, because we don't have to fit it to go into an already existing pocket. Okay, so we've got that. And you can cut this. You could fold it over. It's just that would it be upside down? No, it wouldn't be upside down. So we could fold it over like that. Why not? Oh, I folded it too far. But quite frankly, that doesn't even make it, that won't ruin anything if we folded it too far. And up to there. Perfect. So we'll let that dry a little bit. But this is, in fact, going to be the front. This is the front flap where that bit is there. Now, got some absolutely beautiful images here. This is from Rachel. And I know that's too long to cut in my, I think I'll do it this way. I think I'll make a decision and cut here. And I want this pretty flower, and it's just at 3.5. Okay, I saved these bits. So I can go over, oh, I clearly did not cut that straight. Okay, I wanted that flower, but instead, I'm going to use this flower. Just a titch over 3.5. And can put that on. We have a little bit of writing at the bottom. And this is covering where we're going to fold it over. So that's good. So I'm just going to put my glue on here. I'm just going to finish one, and then we'll do the other one. So we've pretty much done the same process as last time in terms of covering it, other than we don't have to worry so much with this one about pushing something inside an existing pocket. Okay, so we've got that. There we go. That's going to be the front. And then I am going to put something here to cover the pocket. So we could definitely use this. Why don't we do that? So many things sitting here. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. Like that. So yeah, a few of you have been asking about Arthur, and you never get to see him. Well, I tried this video earlier, and Arthur was down here with me, and he knocked over my recording device. He got scared and jumped and knocked it over, got glue on the project I was working on, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna do us all a favor and move him out of the room for now. That flower, we have to keep that lily because it's beautiful. So I think I need him to just be a little bit more you know, he needs to mature a little tiny bit more. So I can just see a little bit of white there. So I'm just going to trim this. If you're an inker, then this is just a very small amount, and you would be able to cover that with ink. And I see a little bit jutting out here as well. So I think what I might do from time to time is just film upstairs. There's so many things down here for him to get caught up in, literally. So I think what I might do is that. I think I'll take whatever I'm working on upstairs, do some filming, and so he can get up on the table, say hello. Midge, of course, can't get up on the table, but she can certainly say hello. So that way you would get to see him. He's a grown boy now. He's not full grown, of course. He's what, 8 months, I think. So got that. Now we can just gonna attempt a little notch here. Again, centered, somewhat centered. There we go. Okay. So we've just made our own pocket. Because we were folding it over the sides, we didn't need to use the existing pocket necessarily, although I think it's a nice thing to do. And then I'm just going to fold that down. And it's falling right into where we had it originally. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let me just grab my bone folder. And that is it. And I'm going to grab my corner rounder. And I'm doing a 1/2 inch. So we've got a nice little pocket from that small envelope. And I also have some, other tabs. And this is from a different kind of, do I have it handy? I thought I did. It's an EK Success tab. And I think I got it on Amazon some time ago. But sometimes it's nice just to do something a little bit different. So I'm just going to set this on here, attempt to center it as best I can. And there we go. There is our little pocket. Really love that. So, and it is simpler, and it's a great way to use an already opened envelope on the side. So we've got one down. Now, should we? So for the long ones, the legal ones. The only difference, the reason I didn't do it on screen is that it's too long to cut in my little cutter here. So I will show you what I do though. Just like the last time, I'm gonna put a little extra glue on there, shut it like that. And then I take my cutter and I cut it down both sides, just like we did the smaller one. Only with this one, I wanted it narrower. It's a 4.5 wide, and I wanted it to 3 3/4. So just because it fits something I'm working on currently. So we will make one of these together. Just cutting the top off. Get all my scraps out of the way. Try and have a clean surface for us. Let me just double check that it's 3 3/4. Yeah, 3 3/4. So I think I want to do another of these beautiful papers. And like I said, I can't put the whole width down. So I think I'll go here, 3 3/4 thereabouts. And we're saving these because these are terrific. Just going to cut a couple of papers to get us ready. Just choosing which ones I want. I used that one already. Oh, I love this one. This image down here is, I believe, one that Lulu, Rachel's Lulu drew. So I would like to have that on in part. We'll cut that as well. So I'm just going to move this out of the way for now. And let's see about working on this envelope. So we've cut it, and I'm going to bring the pocket quite high up, like that. And then this I will fold so that it comes, it could come all the way to the bottom if you wanted it to, but I like that size. That's not too high. Let me just measure it for you. It's 7 inches tall. Okay, so based on this, we know how far down we have to come on our pocket so that we're actually going to have this page in the pocket so that you don't see any white when you look in the pocket. So I might just come down a little tiny bit more. Okay. And then I'm just going to set that down like so. Great. You can see I've gone over a tiny bit over here, and that's okay. You can cut this, or we could cut it with the cutter, whichever you're most comfortable with. And then here, I'm just going to trim up a little bit, like that. That was just poor measuring on my part. Okay, so we know that's the pocket, and we know this is where the fold is, right here. Gosh, I hope you can see that. I hope I'm on screen, so I'll put it off to the side a little bit. And I want to have a lot of that flower on there. So it's this flower that I really want. Okay, so I'm going to put glue on here, making sure I'm going past where the fold is. I'm not worrying about covering the backs of these, and you absolutely could. And then it could be something you clip in your journal, or it could be something you put a nice note in. You could put an extra pocket on the front and put a gift card in it. There's lots of things you could do with it. But probably went higher than I needed to. That's okay. I'm going to set this down like that. Just going to grab that and attempt to wipe it off my fingers. This time I'm going to just cut this here. You notice I'm not trying to fold it until I have my pocket done. Okay. So we've got the top. That's going to be the top. And now we've got this pocket, and this pocket is 6. So just thinking about the colors, this would be really nice down here. So I'm just going to make sure I have more than 6 inches. Available for that pocket. Okay. So is that way more than I need? No, not way more. That's really nice. I think I'll put it over on this side. Try and do this sideways so you can see, so that I can be in frame. I sure hope that you can hear me. Like I said, I had a video, my bunny video, where there was no sound after 15 minutes. So I'm going to put this down and make sure I have enough over this edge that I can fold it over. Like that. And then I'm going to trim it because I don't need all of this. And the other thing I'm going to do, I can see quite a little bit of white there. So before I fold it over and actually form the pocket, I'm just going to trim that a little bit, just to make sure I don't see that white. There we go. And like I said earlier, if you're an inker, that would definitely solve that problem. So here we are. Just cut here. And here. And then I like to just so that you don't see it coming up over top of the pocket where we folded it. Okay. Excellent. All right. So what we want to do is just fold it over like that. Fold over our sides. And once you've done a few of these, they come together really, really fast. So I do the sides first, and I'm holding it down because there's a natural inclination for the envelope to want to bend right there, because that's where it was originally folded to be an envelope. So fold that over, and then we'll do this one. Okay, and then now we have our pocket. We have the top. We're going to put this in and do our little notch. And then you can pretty much feel where your fold was going to be. You can see it actually here. I can see it. And I'm going to fold my pocket. Gosh, those look so pretty together. These flowers, they kind of blend into that flower. It's like a little garden. So nice. Okay, there we are. If you want, you can just take your bone folder, but it's not giving me any grief, which is great. And I've got another of these. We can put one of these on, these little tabs. And we'll have our second one finished. Using just this, like I said, a little bit easier process, or a process specifically for an envelope that's already been opened at the side. These are so pretty. They're so, the colors are so muted. I love that. Okay, so we could do a little decorating if we wanted to. I'm just going to double check time. Okay, we're good. Rather than covering another one, because you've seen me do that a few times now, I'm just going to see what I have in my little box here of fussy cuts and labels and whatnot. Oh, these are some nice Rachel labels right here. Those would be nice. I want to cover up too much of Lulu's drawing, but I think that would look really, really nice there. So, and in case anyone asks if you're new, Lulu is Rachel's daughter. So I'm just going to set that there. I like that. And what else do we have? We could put this looks nice with Lulu's in the background. I think I will. It's very subtle. Lulu, I hope you don't mind. So we put some glue on here. So guys, I hope you're all doing well. We're doing great. It's been a very wet day, surprisingly. I mean, we were told we might get snow and we ended up getting a bit of rain. So given the choice, I'd rather have the rain actually, but I'm not a snow sport gal. So there's that one. And I like this. This is one of Rachel's as well. I think if we put it up high, I think that would be nice in there. It's very simple, but it does the trick. When I say simple, I meant my designing, what I'm doing, not what Rachel's done. Her and Steph do such a gorgeous job on their digitals. Okay, we have those, and I think I have a tag already done. I do. This is just one that I was playing with. It's on a Tracy Fox tag fabrication space. I think that's a Tracy Bird. Yeah. Let's see, will it fit in here? Oh, just perfectly. Okay. I'll put that in there. And let me just double check and see if I have anything over here that's smaller that might fit. I think that's too big. It is. And I don't want to cut it off. That one's a bit big too. Also don't want to cut it off. Let me see. Oh, those are bunny things. So I don't have anything that is ready for in here. But that's okay. I think, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure I have some bases that I could look at. Yeah. But again, those might be a bit big too. It's a little bit big, but we can cut that down if we want it. This little, I think we did that last time. We cut down one of these postcard bases. So I'm just going to round the corners. I'll use a quarter round, I think, on this one. Okay, and that's on just some nice French cardstock. And that'll fit in really nicely. So let's put a little something on there before we finish for the day. This reminds me of this flower here, so maybe we'll put this over here. And then we'll cut the stems off the bottom because we don't need those. But at least this would give us something a little bit prettier than a plain postcard to set in. Just like that. We'll cut that off. And I think that looks very, very pretty. So we can just set that in there. You could put a label on it, all kinds of things, a real stamp, whatever you'd like, really. So that is the project for today, just showing you another way to get to the same finished result, and that is a covered envelope pocket made really, really easily. I hope that was fun. I hope I didn't confuse you with that. And I hope to see you all next time. Thanks again for your wonderful response to the one envelope wonder. And I'm actually going to try and stick with that and see what I can do with just one envelope, what kind of projects I can do. We'll see. From time to time, they will show up on my channel. So thanks again for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye, everyone.